Hey guys, Aaron here again from Comic Booked. And being in charge of Comic Booked, I love comics. So you can see by my pops, my posters, my stuff all over the place. I love to pick up comics and read them. Doomsday Clock #3 there, great book. A lot of other stuff here on my desk that you can't see, but it's comics, 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 always. Whenever I see some cool items out there, I love to go out and pick stuff up. And I've actually got a few packages today in the mail that I wanted to open. This one, this one, and there's a big box down here under my desk too. So I wanted to open them up, see what's in here, and show stuff off to you. So we'll talk a little bit about a comic haul. So this is Monday, February 26th. Comic book haul for the last. This is just really just stuff I got today, but I ordered it on eBay or online over the last couple weeks. So open stuff up and check it out. See what there is. I actually got over another box over there. I got some stuff the other day that I'll grab and show you as well. Some neat sets and variant covers that I was really looking forward to getting. Actually, I'll grab that first because it's already opened. Be right back. All right. So I got a couple of books that I ordered, and I'll show those off to you here. This was my pull from last week, and a few comics from the week before. So I can show off a little bit of the stuff that I'm reading. Of course, Walking Dead. You've been keeping up on the book. You know that there's some great stuff going on with this new society that they found in Ohio, and Eugene and folks headed over there because Eugene had been talking with Stephanie, I think was her name, and wanted to just meet some new people and find out what was going on. And they get there, and it's like this militarized city with rules and all this stuff, and order, and it's a little frightening to this group of people who basically been scraping to survive all this time. So it should be interesting. But we're in a New World Order is the new storyline, and we're in issue 2 of a 6-issue story arc. So picked up Beautiful Canvas #4. This is a great book from Black Mask, and it was really, really cool. It's got some great art in it, just some really neat. The layout of the book is really neat. It's a pretty cool story. So I want to finish. I read the first 3 issues a while ago, and I saw 4th issue on the shelf, and I wanted to pick that up. So I was able to pick up the Hulk variant of $7.95, and everybody's like, "Oh, $7.95! That's the first appearance of like Carnage something." Oh yeah, I guess it's like the new Carnage character, so Green Goblin Carnage. I don't know, but everybody's dying for this stupid book, so I had to pick up one copy. And then Legendary, which I really like this series, but this is Legendary Red Sonja. They're doing a spin-off from the series from a couple years ago that Dynamite did, where they took a lot of characters, Red Sonja and several other characters, and put them into more of a steampunk kind of universe. So really, fish out of water type thing. Like these are characters, Vampirella, I think John Carter, maybe, well, not John Carter, but what's her name? The Deja Thoris from John Carter was in there. There's all these different characters in this steampunk type universe and exploring that type of world. So it's pretty neat. Other books that I got, I had to pick this up. This is, this is Taarna, #1 from Heavy Metal. And if you saw the original Heavy Metal movie, then that will look very familiar. Taarna being the young girl who interacts with the orb of death, and in the end she becomes more, and it's pretty cool. So picked up Daredevil $5.99. I've been reading this ever since the 5th volume started up. Really good storyline as they went back to the legacy numbering. So they went to, I think, 595 was the first one. So 600's coming out in a couple weeks. Something to look forward to. I picked up Infinity Countdown Prime #1, and I don't know. It had Wolverine on the front. I know he's coming back. I called that, a couple years ago when he died. He's coming back. No problem there. Twisted Romance #3. And this book I did pick up because Alex DeCampi had been working on it, and some other folks that I'm friends with on Facebook and that I've talked to, and just really like the stories so far. It's been pretty interesting. So I've got 2 and 3 up here to read, and I think 4 will be out in a week or so. So that's stuff I picked up at the shop. Other books that I got, open this up. One storyline that I kind of missed out on, and I just missed out on it on purpose, but now I'm kind of like, maybe I should get it and at least read it, is the Phoenix Resurrection storyline. So I'd like to kind of know how Jean Grey got back into the world. So I got the Phoenix Resurrection #1, the lenticular cover, which was really neat. Issue 2 is in there. Got issue 3, issue 4, which is a cool cover with Storm and the Phoenix Force, and then the finale with issue 5. So I have the whole storyline to read. Definitely want to find out what happened. And I was also able to pick up the very cool variant cover, the Ling Yu variant cover with the green instead of the red. So you can see the original. Oh, nice. I'm dropping comic books. It's terrible. With the lenticular with the red cover, and then this is just a regular cover with the green. So that's I guess the 1 in 100 variant. So it's hard to get, but I actually got a pretty good deal on it on eBay. So I was happy with that. And then another story that I haven't been ignoring, I have been reading it. And I showed you Doomsday Clock #3. I picked up #1, but I have the second printing, and I hate second printings. So I had to go out and find first printings of the book, and I found a guy who actually had all of the covers of #1. So I got this cover, which is the #2 cover, and I have this in black and white for the second printing, so that was neat. And then this is the midnight release cover #4, black and white special edition. They did. I also got the regular version of that, which is the #3 cover. And finally, had to get the #1 lenticular version with Rorschach that also shows Superman, Wonder Woman, and Batman's symbol on Rorschach's face. And this is, of course, the new Rorschach, since old Rorschach died back in Watchmen. But very, very neat story. It seems to be their way of integrating the Watchmen characters back into the DC universe. So still not sure how I feel about all that, but it seems to be interesting. We know that we saw the big blue hand of Dr. Manhattan at some point interacting with the world, because when Barry Allen returned as Flash, he talked about that, and I believe it was Reverse Flash as well talked about it. So there was some already been some reveal, as Dr. Manhattan said he had other worlds to go to and help create or whatever. So did he help create the new Rebirth universe? Was he involved in that? It does seem that way. So some interesting stuff there. We'll have to see how that all plays out. But first 2 issues have been good. I've read both of them, and they've been very interesting. So I'm excited to see what else happens. And I'm not going to put that in a bag like that, because I feel like it's just going to curl right up. So I have a little bigger bag and a little bigger board, and we'll see if I can get those to hold this book. Yeah, okay. A little loose, but it fits better with the lenticular cover, so it's not compressing it so much. All right, now we'll get into some of the other books that I got. Darn those eBay sellers packaging their packages so well that I have to get out a screwdriver and cut it open. I do appreciate that. Packaging is awesome. I love when they package stuff well enough that it's a fight to get into it. Stuff's not jostling around all over the place. Sorry. Bend myself in half to get my comics out of here. then you know you have a problem. Alright. I think that of all the things in the world to get addicted to, this is probably one of the less harmless things. Alright. I won't say the least harmless, but lesser. Alright. My goodness, this better be worth it. And another layer of packaging. Yay! Okay. It's not bubble wrap. It's foam wrap. And now, a taped up shipping envelope. I'm getting close. I can smell the new comics from here. Alright. Oh, good. This is a set that I've actually been looking forward to. I started reading Action Comics a long, long time ago, and I've read on and off throughout its history. It was probably one of the earlier books. I got into Marvel first with X-Men. I think X-Men 172 or 170 was my first book that I ever bought off of some kid on the playground for like $1 when it was only 75 cents on the newsstand, and I got ripped off. But it's worth more than that now, so it's okay. That Action has come back pretty strong with they redid the numbering with Rebirth, so I've been picking it up since it started on and off, and I thought I'd go back and try to fill in the blanks from whatever it was, 960 something when it picked up to now. So I'm looking forward to 1000, which is coming up in a couple weeks, and really excited to get a hold of that. But I wanted to go back and pick up some of the back issues, and so I went to my local shop, and I was able to go through and get most of them, but not all of them. So I was able to go find somebody on eBay who had a run of Action Comics, and I was able to get them back to, let's see here, I think 980. Okay, so there's that. Sorry, I'm putting these in order. I just opened them, so I'm going to be out of order. Alright, so starting with 987, and this is the Oz Effect storyline, so we find out who Mr. Oz is. I got the regular and the lenticular covers for all of those, so that's pretty neat. So I'll put the lenticulars away, and I'll open the regular editions and read those, because I'm very interested in reading the story. We got 987, 988. With the lenticulars, you can kind of see them blowing away. That's cool. 989 here. Gotta find out who the old Superman guy is. Is that like Superman Prime guy, or is that Jor-El, or I don't know. And then 990 with the regular cover and the lenticular cover. And finally, part 5 of the Oz Effect, 999. Or 989, sorry, 991, whatever. 991. So it's got another neat lenticular with him in kryptonite chains and then busting out. Pretty cool. So I'll have to read that story and let you guys know how it is. It looks interesting. I've enjoyed the stuff I've seen up so far with Mr. Oz, and kind of want to know who he is and what that's all about. So don't spoil it for me. Alright, well that's the first pack of books. Let's see what's in this one. And I just want to send a big thank you out to everybody who sold books to me. I mean, I know I pay you for them, but still I appreciate how well they are packaged. I know sometimes you gotta cut boxes down and make them fit, and you want to be sure things are secure. Some people take the time, some people don't take the time. So I've gotten a little bit of both in the last however many years that I've been on eBay. I was thinking about that the other day. I've been on eBay pretty much since they started, I think. I remember going on eBay to sell some of my old X-Men duplicates that I had, because I had like an extra annual number 7. Is that where Dracula turns Storm into a vampire? So that was a neat, kind of a neat book. And that carried over from an issue, carried over into an issue of the regular series of Uncanny X-Men as well. So, all right. Well, okay, not great as far as packaging goes, but I guess beggars can't be choosers for $5 worth of comics. I paid $5 for this stuff, and it's in a Ziploc baggie, and starts out with an old issue from American Comics Group called Gasp #1. I love old books like this. They are really cool. The cover's actually in pretty good shape. It's got a little bit of crease down at the bottom, a little damage on the spine. You know, it's kind of yellow pages inside. You can see how yellow they are. But really, for something from, I think this was like 1967, you know, it's not bad. I also got one of the Ripley's blah 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 Ripley's Believe It or Not series, True Ghost Stories #1. That's pretty cool. And the back, all intact. It's always nice to see the cover's not torn or anything. There's a little bit of damage on the spine. The interior pages are pretty yellow. But I got these for $1 a piece. You know, you can't beat that. All right. Comic book #3. Blackhawk #236. Melt, Mutant Melt. This is cool. I just thought the cover looked awesome. And it's in pretty good shape, really. There's not a lot of damage on the spine. There's a couple creases there. The cover's pretty much intact. There's a little nick here. The back's in pretty good shape. Pages are middle yellow, maybe. You know, not dark yellow like some of the other ones. So, not a superb specimen of a comic book, but you know, something from the '60s that some guy probably found in somebody's garage. Not bad for $1. I got Kona, Monarch of Monster Isle, one of the old Dell books. That's kind of neat. And pages are, you know, off-white towards yellowing, but not too bad. Back's actually intact. A couple creases there. The spine has a little bit of creasing, but not too bad. And finally, and I was really happy to get this for $1. It's not great. It's not in fabulous shape at all, but you know what? The cover is on the book. The book is intact. No pages are torn out. There's just a little bit of tearing at the top. And yeah, I got this for $1, remember? This is Daredevil #20. Original Daredevil #20 with the owl. Very cool. For $1. So, pretty neat. It's got some little bit of tearing around the staple here on the side. A little bit of creasing, you know, some nicks, some wearing here on the top. A little bit of damage maybe right there. But I mean, overall, it's a readable book. You know, the pages are not too yellow, not dark yellow, and they're all intact, which is awesome. There's no tearing inside. Pages are in pretty good shape. So Daredevil #20. That's pretty awesome. So I've got some more stuff coming in a week or so that I'll have to open up to. I got a couple more Daredevil books that are just really awesome, a graded one and some other stuff. So I'll have to show that stuff off when I get it. All right, so that was the cool stuff. I also got a box of random books. This guy had like 50 books that he was selling, and I was like, yeah, I'll take them. Don't do that all the time, but he did have some pictures of it up, and I ended up buying the auction that he had. So he only had one available, but we'll see if there's anything really good in here. Check it out. All right, much better packaging than the $5 pack of books that I just bought. Which, you know, you get what you pay for. I mean, really, the guy was just trying to blow them out for $5 and get rid of them. So I understand not taking a lot of time and investing in any kind of packing materials or anything like that. It's fine. They made it here, and they're in good enough shape for me. So someday, you know, I win the lottery and I'll replace my older Daredevil copies with some newer copies, or some, you know, better looking, higher grade copies. But for now, having an issue 20 and an issue 10, and then a couple other early issues coming in the mail. something to look forward to. Something cool. Not everybody can say that they have those, you know. So, all right. Well, we're looking at a big stack of books here, so I'm going to try to make some room. And, all right. Start going through some of these. First off, Daredevil Special number 3. This is like the annual. Daredevil, it has Spider-Man in it. Pretty cool. You know, it's not in bad shape. It's got some wear on the spine, and a little bit of chewed up corner on the top here. But really, for something being like 50 years old, it's okay. I got Shazam number 4. So that's pretty cool with the new movie coming out. I got a set now, so you know I buy random stuff all the time, and you get like 1 or 2 issues of something. I'd love to see this whole series, and you never see anybody selling the dumb thing. I'd love to find somebody who's selling the whole set. So I found the entire set of Lords of the Ultra Realm, and it's issues 1 through 6, and this guy had all of them, so I bought them all because I want to read the story. You know, I have 3 or 4 copies of number 1, I have 3 or 4 copies of number 4, but I don't have a complete set. So here's issue 1, and it's got a neat cover, you know, cool artwork. I don't know who does the art on that. Pat Broderick, maybe? Not sure. Yeah, Pat Broderick and Doug Mensch. So there's number 2. At least it's not somebody you've never heard of before. Doug Mensch, heard his name in comics quite a bit. There's issue 3. There's issue 4. Issue 5. Some kind of thing bursting out of his chest. And finally, issue 6. The cool, I don't know what. Something. So, I don't know because I've never read it yet. But now I have all 6 issues. And I'll read the story. Yay. Okay. Cool stuff. Put that up there. Alright, next in the box. So this starts the random stuff. So right off the bat, we have Fear Itself, 7.2, Thor. So is it Fear Itself, Thor, number 7.2. It's got a cool cover with the hammer broken there. I don't know if that's Mjolnir or what that is exactly. I actually missed out on the entire Fear Itself storyline. I didn't read any of it. So I'll be able to catch up on a little bit of it now. Age of Apocalypse, number 2. This is the mini-series they did. Here is X-Men Regenesis one-shot. I actually don't have this, so I'll see what that's all about. Astonishing X-Men Annual number 1. I don't have that either. So as long as these continue to be books I don't have, that's great. Marvel Superhero Squad number 1. I don't have that. Probably not many people do. Uncanny X-Men number 9 from the last series, I think. That's when Bendis was doing it. Here is Amazing Spider-Man 257. Now you see the cover's a little messed up, but that's Black Suit Spider-Man. So is that Black Suit Spider-Man with the Venom suit? We'll find out. Let's see here. Looks like the Venom suit. Yep. So that's kind of cool. He's fighting the Puma 257. So, but the whole cover's a little offset, so I'll have to see if I can fix that, straighten it out before I put it in the bag. All right. Next, oh, this is an older one. Amazing Spider-Man 235. It's an old book. It's in pretty good shape. Although it looks like somebody stapled it. Oh, jeez, really, people? Somebody, like, physically stapled the book. Amazing Spider-Man 115. That is an old book. Of course, it also only has half of the cover. Still might be worth a couple bucks being that old. Spectacular Spider-Man number 14. That's an old book. It's pretty cool. I don't know who that is. The Hate Monger on there with like Boar Man or something. I don't know. Spectacular Spider-Man number 60 or number 89 with who's that, Black Cat. Spectacular Spider-Man number 12, and this is actually a good shape. Pretty good shape on the spine. Back cover's there, which is great. Spectacular Spider-Man number 9. White Tiger, that's cool. The original White Tiger, not the new White Tiger. A couple of books here. Spectacular Spider-Man number 7 with Morbius. I don't know if this is his first appearance. Menace is the man called Morbius. So I'll have to look that up. I'm sure he's been around before that. The Prowler in Marvel Tales number 74. Spider-Woman number 40. There, fighting Flying Tiger. There's some 80s books, I know by the advertisement on the back. Issue 308 of Amazing Spider-Man. Who Kidnapped Mary Jane? Is that Taskmaster there on the front? Or looks like maybe Taskmaster. Peter Parker, Spectacular Spider-Man Annual number 4. Peter Parker number 96. Or 96, yeah. Here is another one from the 80s. Peter Parker number 91. Fighting the Blob. With Captain America, Hail Hydra number 1 of 5. I didn't read any of that. Here we got one in a bag. Team America number 1. Some kind of motorcycle comic series. And that's the one in a bag. Like out of all these, that's awesome. Wolverine and the X-Men number 17 with Wolverine and Dupe over there. Fear Itself 7.3 Iron Man. Age of Apocalypse number 1 from the new miniseries, or the new, newer old miniseries. Amazing Spider-Man Who Am I? Number 1. Don't know what that is. I've never seen it before. Here's X-Force number 1. I guess this is a relaunch. Not sure if it's volume 2 or what that was Rob Liefeld. Let's see if I seeing if I could find the imprint on the bottom. I don't see it. So that's cool. I'll have to look that up, see what that's all about. Here is X-Force Youngblood. Looks like a kind of a special crossover book. Got Mojo down there at the bottom. So that's interesting. Uncanny X-Men number 7. It's Magic, being all demony. Here's the House of M sketchbook. Another completely ineffective Marvel event. All it served to do was bring back Miss Marvel. That's pretty much it. So, there's Wolverine 313. I don't think I have this book. Add that to my Wolverine series. Fear Itself, The Monkey King. I don't even know what that is. So, like I said, I missed the whole Fear Itself thing. Here's Fear Itself 7.1, Captain America. Speaking of Captain America, here is an issue of Captain America 254, fighting Baron Blood. Kind of cool. With the popularity of the Netflix shows, Defenders, Luke Cage, all that stuff. It's pretty cool to see Luke Cage, Hero for Hire, number 11 in here. And I love the costume. I don't know if you guys watched the show, but in maybe the 4th or 5th episode, they talk about how he escaped from prison, and he finds these clothes on the rack, and he puts on these pants, and they're big, and he puts on this yellow shirt, and he's got the helmet, the headband thing from the machine he was strapped into. He uses a chain for a belt, and he's just in the costume from the old comics. It's pretty cool. And then he's like, "You look ridiculous." It's pretty good. Werewolf by Night, number 30. It's an older book. Pretty cool. Some Marvel 2-in-1 here. The Thing and the Man-Thing. Master of Kung Fu, number 32. Another old Captain America 235. Here's Captain America 220. And the Falcon. Machine Man, number 11. The Living Robot. I'm just going to pull the rest of these out because they're just kind of sitting on little foam chunks. Amazing Spider-Man 263. Looks like Dr. Octopus dressed up as Spider-Man. Amazing Spider-Man 260. Hobgoblin. Peter Parker 98. Is that the Kingpin? No, I don't know. It looks like the Kingpin, but I don't know. I have to read it. Amazing Spider-Man 242. And that has the Mad Thinker's Awesome Android in it. Uncanny X-Men number 20 from the latest one of the later series. Here's 253, Captain America, Tomb of Blood. 246, and that's a big miscut top of the book. Sins of the Fathers. But yeah, it's 246. He was just a guy named Joe until society stole his son. Now he's fighting back, and he just may be Cap's deadliest foe. Probably not, but you know. The goofy Batrock, and looks like Mr. Hyde back there in the background. 252, Captain America. And Peter Parker's Spectacular Spider-Man number 15. So definitely some old books in here, some fun stuff. Really, I mean, probably I think I got a great price on all of that. So well worth the money I paid. I'm always looking for stuff like that. I've got some great stuff coming from some online auctions. If you get on Facebook, you know, get into some of these groups. There's people who do auctions all the time, and they start stuff out like $1. I mean, I got some steals yesterday, so really looking forward to getting those books. You know, and you don't end up spending very much money. You get some books that you want to read, some stuff you want to add to your collection. People are always buying and selling stuff. You just never know what you're going to find out there. You know, go to, you know, little junk shops, little antique stores, little flea markets. Go to estate sales. Had a great time at an estate sale last year with my my youngest son. We went and we got a huge bunch of X-Men and all kinds of old books. A lot of fun. You know, go to auctions. They have auction places all over the place. You can go online and check them out. You can bid online. I got an app for one of the auction houses that has regular auctions twice a month, and they always have some stuff. You know, you find some even some old Disney comics, and those things are worth $50 or $60 a piece, and you're going to get them for like 10 for $1 or 10 for $10. You know, you could make your money back if they're in good enough shape. So. It's all speculative, really. You buy it because you like them. You get comics because you like comics. Don't get comics because you expect to get rich from them someday. You know, you want a collection. That's great. Read the books. That's the biggest thing. You know, go out there and read more comics. That's what I always say at the end of each of my shows. So if you have questions about comics, you want to talk about comics, check us out on Facebook, Comic Booked. We also have our YouTube channel here. You got to check out our videos. We do a lot of unboxing and haul videos. Justin has his own channel as well, Exile State, and he has unboxing videos every week as well, or I'm sorry, haul videos every week for the stuff he picks up from his local shop. We've got articles every day on our website on comicbook.com, and there's just a ton of content out there. So just keep checking, keep looking, and definitely go out there and read more comics. Thanks for watching.